Ladies and gentlemen,
hello.
Welcome to Misfit Athletics HQ. Here to chat about 19.3. Woo! Halfway point in the Open. Hooray. Wow, you guys don't seem very excited.
I'm 60% done. I'm happy.
60% done. That's what you think. Three-parter coming next week.
Nine-parter.
Okay.
You're going for me.
Okay, let's get rolling.
Let's do it.
Housekeeping first and foremost. Couple things coming out on the Misfit Athletics website soon. First and foremost, we have specific programming for all of you competing in the remainder of the sanctionals coming up this year. That will be available post-open. It'll be a 7-week cycle, 6 weeks of training with 1 week of deload available for you. You'll be able to start that at any point leading into your sanctional event. That's for individuals, that's for teams. And also, if you are a Masters athlete that makes the qualifier, or teen, correct, Master or teen, we have a 4-week program plus a week deload prepping you guys post-open into your qualifier as well. That'll all be available very soon. Also coming very soon, oh my God, the app. The beta version of the app will drop post-open. We'll have people testing that out live, rolling out to you very, very soon. Stay tuned for that. What else we got?
What else do we have, Drew?
He turns and looks at me. Yo, I'm back.
You've been killing it.
SharpenTheAxeCo.com.
He's better with the words.
The 13th will be, without a doubt, the biggest, baddest, best release in Sharpen the Axe history.
For real.
This week, this coming Wednesday.
This 13th.
This 13th will be the biggest, baddest, best release. We got some teasers already up on the Instagram. They will continue through the weekend. We got some hats, we got some shirts, we got some good stuff. We got some great stuff that you guys are going to love. The ladies, we have some sizes that you've been waiting for a little while, so you don't want to kill Sherb and I anymore.
Very patiently waiting.
Yes. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it at that. At Sharpen the Axe on Instagram.
Do not miss it.
Check out the teasers leading up to the 13th, and then the 13th, well, I hope you get your size.
For real.
Isn't that always the problem? You wait, you're excited, like, should I? And then you add to your cart, you go to checkout, gone.
It's fast. It goes by super fast.
Snooze, you lose. Very limited.
We got more this time, but sometimes
we got more people who want it this time.
Yeah, that's true.
So
perfect.
What do you got?
Hunter, tell us.
TeamMisfit.com. TeamMisfit.com for all your affiliate gym.
Say it one more time.
TeamMisfit. I'll spell that out for you. All your programming, coaching needs. Just dropped a couple new articles with some really good content on there for all you coaches who follow the blog. But I'll leave it at that. Let's roll into 19.3.
Let's not, because we got to talk about the leaderboard from 19.2.
Tell us.
Whatever.
Thanks anyway.
Am
Good
I on
handoff. I doubt it.
Was it on this time?
So now time for the official weekly butchering of the names by none other than Seth.
You haven't topped Shantez Ramos yet, have you?
I was close last week, but we'll see. There's always room for going backwards.
Who did we
doing worse?
We really fucked someone up last week.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck it up again. I'm getting to him.
Oh yes.
All right, we're gonna go ladies first. Top 20. Number 1, no surprise here, Mackenzie Riley. Number 2, no surprise there, China Cho. Longtime follower. Number 3, Danielle Brandon. I'm just gonna roll now. Alania. Oh, geez, here I go again.
Yeah, rolling. Really good job rolling.
Jeez. William Savage.
Handstand push-up pace.
Killing it. Olivia Leeper, Lauren Suver, Alexis Johnson, Taylor Nisley. Is that a Michelle or is that a Mikel?
Mikel.
That's a question. That's questionable penmanship. Jen. Mikel Escobar.
2 N's. Jen.
Jill DG Impalo. Tia Gould / Baxter.
/
Caroline Connors. Gabby McClelland. Lizzie Bell Bruno. Rebecca Voigt Miller. Nisha Purewall. Paige Semenza. Mickey Nucio. Stephanie Simmons. Gigi Sabatini and Sarah Walker. Had some easier
names. Sounds like Jessica Griffith needs to add her name to the...
For real. I
mean, she just isn't on the list, obviously.
Well, I'm not surprised. Yeah, Gigi's unbelievable. Especially, actually, that's kind of crazy
in like
with
4 minutes?
those past workouts, too, because she's tiny. Yeah, she's unreal. Ladies. Okay, top 20 men. Travis Williams, Gio Contreras, Jonathan Wall, Luke Conan, Nick Matthew, Chandler Smith, Justin Reidelbach, Casey Viator, Austin Spencer, Cody Mooney.
Yeah.
Here we go. Marcus Musenix.
Perfect. Can you just like DM us with really, like a very specific pronunciation?
Say your name in the video.
Better
DM
me, please.
Jordan Cook, Brandon Garcia, Nate Long, Holly Holgerson, Robbie McCord. Yeah, go Holly. Jonas Olson, Brody Scott. I'm sorry. Berker, Orn, Jonsson.
Perfect.
That was my best attempt. Arnie will be laughing and scold me later. And Logan Southern. Top 20 men. Crushing
How come we didn't make it?
Wow, I don't know.
Yes.
What are we doing wrong?
Grab the hat,
No, we
Hunty.
don't suck.
No, you do.
Don't say that. Yeah, we're pretty bad.
Time some prizes. Time some prizes. Want to go guys or girls
Remember
first?
when cleaning 275 was impressive?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean,
2006.
yeah, 2001.
Don't look. Don't look.
Oh.
Shake them and pick one. Oh, you dumped one.
shake and bake.
Now
It doesn't matter.
I'm
Now
in
it's
your
out.
crotch.
No,
No,
it's
it got to be in.
Okay, it's out.
What do you have?
Olivia Leaper.
Olivia.
Great job. Thank you to
Great
the picking gods for an easy name.
job.
Dumpeth.
Oh, I hope you
Thou
get.
dumpeth. Thou
I hope
taketh
you
away.
get
He's
him.
definitely
Marcus.
getting-
Give me
Don't look.
Marcus.
You're looking at
I'm
the
not
hat.
looking. God, jeez.
Picking me.
Dad, leave me
Don't.
alone.
You're fired after this week.
Oh, I'm. Brandon Garcia.
Excellent.
Job, dude.
Wow,
Excellent,
that's a
Brandon.
great pick.
Excellent.
Wait, like
Excellent.
little Brennan?
Brendan
Yeah,
Garcia.
Brandon Garcia.
Might not.
God.
Might not.
Wow.
All right.
All right. There's
Okay,
that. That's
so
that.
you two winners.
Is this? Oh.
Shoot Jen an email,
That's a nice
JENN at misfitathletics.com. That's JENN at misfitathletics.com. Shirt size and shipping address, please.
I'm out.
And Hunter is just screwing everything up. Okay, enough of this shit. 19.3. You crushed it.
Nah.
What's up with it?
Hey.
He crushed it for you.
Wow. Thanks for that
I
compliment.
crushed it for me. You crushed it for
elite
you
or
too?
something?
Super elite.
Yeah,
Haven't
right.
you seen it?
All right. Give me something about it.
Honestly, it turns out it's going to be how well, in my opinion, can you do handstand push-ups and then a handstand walk. I mean, the lunge and the step-ups definitely get you fatigued. They burn your legs. They get you a little uncomfortable. You know, if you don't hold that dumbbell in quite the right spot, that could burn out your shoulders. But it really turned into, do you have good handstand push-ups? And can you do them repeatedly? Like, are you able to perform a correct handstand push-up? And if, obviously, most of the other things are going to break this up into multiple sets, are you able to break them up and go back to the wall without long rest in between? So for me, I knew that the first two parts were going to be the best portion of the workout, that I needed to make up some time in the handstand push-up. So I just tried to stick with Hunter for the first half. And then I knew when we got to the wall that I could potentially pass him at that point. So I tried to just stay within myself, not get my heart rate
Hang
too
on, let
high.
me stop you for a second. So you're worried about staying with Hunter, not that Hunter's not good at this stuff, but what about him gives him an advantage in the workout over you early on?
Honestly, he's just better at step-ups than I am. And I know from training with Hunter in previous experiences that when that type of workout comes up, that he typically beats me at that movement specifically. So I was like, he's going to do pretty well at that. You know, he is one of the fitter guys at the gym here. So
Right.
it's a good person to, you know, race off from, considering who I was racing with. We only had a few people that were throwing down. It was nice to stay with him. So like we get to the wall, I had a chance to potentially pass him at that point. So for me, it's about lunge in a way that allows you to not fry your shoulders out. So switching the dumbbell if you want to. Some people are going to pick their dominant side and stay with it the whole time, which is what I did for 150 to 200 feet.
Same.
And then when I got the step ups, I did the first 20 with a dumbbell behind my shoulders, thinking like back rack, it might be easier. It's not going to fire my shoulders out, but it actually
Dumbbell with a dumbbell.
it pulled me backwards and made it actually slower. And I could hear Gabe counting for Hunter behind me, and I could hear every couple that he'd be getting further and further ahead. At the point where I switched to my shoulder, I felt like I didn't lose too much ground at that point. So
Right.
putting on the side seemed, even though I was like, oh, I'm going to pull off axis, is that going to hurt me? Seemed like it was a better
It's light
way.
enough. It doesn't make
Yeah,
a
it
big
didn't seem like it
deal.
mattered too
Yeah.
much. Once I got on my shoulder, I felt like I had a better cadence, and then it was just go to the wall and stay within yourself and don't, you know, go beyond what you're capable of, so you don't fry your shoulders out, so you can keep repeating sets and sets and sets. So that was the workout for me. And then, you know, I had probably a minute 55, minute 50 to do whatever I could in handstand walk, and I got as far as I could.
I think you would have been fine blazing through the step ups. I don't think it would have affected your handstand push-ups. I think that's
Yeah.
a huge key here.
I
Is
agree.
this massive
100%.
divider in this workout where an athlete can be absolutely reckless. You were reckless on the lunges, and then
I was trying to stay ahead.
kind of methodical. And I know part of it was thinking that if you gave yourself a nice front rack to fry yourself out and make it easier,
burn
but
my
like,
shoulders.
that is a very unique situation in this sport to be able to go like, I'm going all out on these first two movements, because little of this, little of that. After a few sets, you're standing there, especially athletes that we're talking about trying to like get into that top area.
I was just going to say that
easy.
when you talk about that, the lunges started to burn my legs. You know, you should have warmed up a little better. Warm your legs up so you don't burn out
Yeah,
the
for
lunges.
sure.
And then when I got to the lunges, it honestly was it was bad for about 10 steps, and then that lunge pain went completely away, and it was just like get through this methodical movement. It didn't really my heart rate didn't really change much after those first 10 step-ups. It basically stayed the same until I got off the block.
You have to recognize, unless you're exceptionally bad at lunges, you'll get to a point where it's like uncomfortable, but you can still absolutely maintain a very high pace. And like we've talked about it, I feel like the last 2 weeks about transitions and the importance of like resting where you need to. You do not, like you're saying, you do not need to pace the lunges or the step overs.
You're not going to care 25 handstand push-ups.
No, you
can care at all.
Like I wasn't breathing hard coming off the step ups. Like my legs kind of I started to feel it, but good news, you don't need your legs for strict handstand push-ups.
You don't need legs the rest of the workout.
Blaze through that. You have to know what your capacity is, whether that's big or small, but blaze through those first two movements.
Are like, I have weak legs. Those two movements are not great for me, but I still pushed as fast as I could and held on for big sets of step ups and I still wasn't even gassed, and I was going as fast as I could.
Yeah.
It's just a leg fatigue thing that doesn't end up mattering when you get to the wall, because you're gonna, the rare breed that doesn't have to really break those 50 up into more than 3 sets or whatever, is going to have to be resting anyway. It doesn't matter. Their heart rate's going to come down. Their legs are going to be a non-factor. And the people that can smoke through them, go ahead and blow yourself up, because you can smoke through them. So it doesn't really matter.
If you're the person that can blow through those 50 strict, then those lunges and step-ups are going to matter even less than they did for us too. So, like...
But I still don't think you pace. I think you set a time that's unbelievable.
Definitely not.
You just cook through it.
You buy yourself as much time on the wall.
You get to the wall in a race.
Yeah.
And then you deal with the wall almost like a completely separate part of the workout. Once you hit the wall, part 2 starts.
Yeah, I agree with
that's
that.
sort of how you would approach that.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at like how I performed that's the only change I would make, is try to be a little bit more aggressive on the step-ups, because I felt like my cadence actually improved as I went. In the first like 10 or 15, I was like shaking on my legs from the lunges, and I just need to push the pace there. And then you need to maximize the amount of time you have to do handstand push-ups, and give yourself some time in the back end to be able to handstand walk, because my very first step of my handstand walk, my elbow gave, and I thought I was taking a header into the floor. Thankfully, I was able to like recover.
It didn't look though as bad as I thought it was going to. It looked like you worked into it like 10, 15 feet in.
Once I got to the other side, it was as if I did no handstand push-ups. At least if that's what I felt. Like, I don't have amazing handstand push-ups or amazing handstand walk, but I'm pretty good at both those movements. Yeah. And as soon as I got to the other end, turned around, kicked back up, I was like, oh, it's just going to be like, how much rest do I want before I kick back up each time? Yeah. And I try to do a good job of making sure that I didn't spend too much time doing the whole like shimmy and shake.
That's another part that's so unique about this, is the only way to make that really bad is to have too much time under tension. And those people probably aren't going to get the handstand walk. True. So it doesn't really matter.
Right. Like
if you're like really like head way back and then swinging your head through, you're holding at the top to hope maybe you can drop and hammer your neck on the ground. Like, those people probably aren't going to get the handstand walk. So
yeah, even though I broke down into like small sets and then singles at the end, like
you did not hang out upside down.
No,
like, at all.
I didn't hang out, and then I was able to kick up into a handstand walk almost immediately. I was like pleasantly surprised at how easy it was. Like my shoulders weren't burning too much. Yeah, I guess they were warm. Didn't spend any unnecessary time under tension, which is definitely a big thing. Don't hang out at the top or bottom of your handstand push-up. Just come off the wall. But
never rest on your hands.
It was not too difficult to kick up onto your hands. So,
and like we keep talking about this every week, this year is really unique about how we're discussing what a strategy of this workout should be. Because if we're talking about you're trying to make a top 20 push in the world, there's not a lot to talk about. You need to sprint the first part. You need to know your capacity in handstand push-ups and how you would break up sets just shy of your red line and hit repeatable sets. And then you need to go the handstand walk as fast as you can. Pretty straightforward. If you're not challenging for a top 20 in the world spot, there are all kinds of things you can look at to try to better yourself in this. Whether it's taking extra time before you do the workout to just do some extra shoulder mobility. So the dumbbell sits over your head better and you can move a little faster and make up 20 seconds on your on your lunge walk, overhead lunge walk. And maybe you don't have to switch arms as often because that mobility puts it in a better position over your body. You can do some heavy weighted lunges or something else like heavier step ups before you start that to prime the leg drive, or single leg squats to prime the leg drive to make the box step ups feel lighter. Like, you can do all these things. In the handstand push-ups, these people are going to hit the wall, and they're just going to be literally hitting the wall in their workout. Yeah. And it's a matter of like how you want to deal with it, how you practice it. We program stuff like, short AMRAP, 7-8 minutes of like 5 unbroken strict hand push-ups. Yeah. How many sets can you do in that window? Like, and that should teach you how fast you're recovering from that pressing versus how long it takes you to do a set versus how many sets you should try to squeeze into a 2-minute window. Like all those things have to come back, and now you have to try to put that game plan in action. But again, if you're top 20, you got to go.
I think you have to know.
Yeah, you already know the answer.
You also have to know whether you're somebody, I mean, again, top 20 might not matter. You have to know if you're somebody who can rip out a big set up front, or if you're somebody who does like the small, quick, repeatable sets.
Yeah.
Because like I'm somebody who, if you want me to kick up, do 5, come back down, it's going to be way faster if I do 10 or 15, rest, and then kick up and knock out big sets.
I mean, that's sort of how the upper body works,
right.
Especially with, again, I mean, I keep circling back to the same thing, but the workout might be too slow for 90% of people if they're just doing whatever, 3s, 4s, that kind of thing.
Yep.
That chunk ripping off that piece at the beginning, like 10 to 20, somewhere in that range, I would say.
I was hoping to hit somewhere between like 12 and 15. I think I hit like 11 or 10. I don't know, somewhere
you're a
around
bigger
there.
guy.
Yeah,
the smaller guys can do a lot bigger.
But that's my goal, is like you said, try to get a good chunk done, because your upper body's completely fresh at this point, outside of holding a dumbbell overhead for 30 to 40 seconds. Yeah, it wasn't that bad. So your shoulders should be more or less fresh. You should try to get one big set, and then for me, the handstand push-up, no matter if it's kipping or strict, is always...
But one big set, but a smart big set.
Correct. When I say big set,
you could take someone capable of a very good score and
could ruin
doing 13 and doing 18 could be like
do 18 of your max set of 20, you're in trouble.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You got to toe that line.
Yeah.
And if you haven't practiced that, then what the hell have you been doing all year?
What is the new standard, or the new standard going to do?
You can only have your, you're talking about the handstand push-up standard?
Are you asking what it's going to do to people, or what the standard is?
Because we're now on our third, back to like our third open standard, like what?
To me, it's one that finally makes like the most sense. Like it's not based on...
The problem with this standard, though, is it says your hips have to be open, and how many videos are we going to see with
it's gonna be
the torso? Well, the butt can't be on the wall. That's blatant. But hips open, what happens when the person's pelvis is turned under, and it's that like torso goes up into legs, and then legs are like this,
but their butt's still off the wall.
The butt's off the wall, but it says in the standard your hips have to be open at the top of the rep.
It's open
interpretation.
You need to do it
show the ability to lock
it's going to be fucking ugly. I mean, there's just so many top scores you're gonna have that. This is gonna be the one workout where people's videos get posted and everyone's like, what the fuck is this? What's this? That's no rep. They should be DQ. Like, this is going to be the controversial workout, because the new standard, it is what it is. Like, just rip out your handstand push-ups and do your workout.
Do the right things the right way.
Yeah.
Practice it that way so that it doesn't become a question.
That's what we've been hoping for the last few years.
We preach it every year. Do the things the right way so it doesn't...
I mean, luckily we teach it the right way, but know how well it's enforced.
There's going to be some desperate athletes this week doing some very desperate things that won't get videoed, unfortunately.
You do.
Kind of the game.
Last words of wisdom?
I just think that people need to appreciate how short this workout is if you're trying to be competitive. It's not 10 minutes, right? You shouldn't be thinking about how can I break the stuff up across 10 minutes. You should be thinking about how can I maximize each of the 4 movements. The first 2 should be almost negligible at the top, at the highest level, and the next 2 should be where you really make your plan and put it in action. It's 4 time. It's 4 time. It's not an AMRAP. It's 4 time, and you need to treat it that way. And you need to just assume that finishing is nowhere near good enough to be, if you're, again, talking top 20 here. So
couldn't agree more.
What are we gonna see?
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Do your thing.
The whole concept of it's weird that I said concept because I'm about to say concept 2 bike, but that idea of when you sit down to do a 15 or 20 minute ride and you get that leg poison that then goes away as your body becomes more efficient.
Yep.
That to me is spot on with the lunges and the step ups.
Totally
and for
agree.
the love of God, don't be scared of warming up when you have the amount of volume that you all have on a daily basis. Get through that first period of this burns. Like, get through that. Come out the other side before you do the workout. Because if you do that, then you're going to have that, like, everyone knows that. You're sitting on the bike and it's like, whatever, 15 minutes in and you're like, oh, I feel good now.
I do this forever.
It does not burn that bad. You will do an assault bike or C2 bike workout that is 10 times worse.
Yeah.
You will hit that.
Absolutely.
It's like a 60% burn tops that you can sustain for, like, I feel like I could have done that for another 50 reps.
And then that entire half of your body does nothing for the rest of the workout.
Yeah, nothing.
Literally nothing. So warm up well and go hard at the beginning.
I think every single person in here that did it was doing multiple pieces today. Like, working out, like not afraid of the test tonight.
Yeah. No, we did the primer day today instead of,
So it's not that sort of piece. So you can go, you can warm up really well, do a whole piece before it if you want to get your legs and shoulders really warm and still do this with.
When we strongly encourage that at both of our affiliates, like if you aren't breaking a sweat before you even start to loosen up, like you're doing it wrong. Get good and sweaty, then mobilize, then do your primer, and only then do your workout, because as you start yourself up to the best possible score.
I will say one way to ensure that something like the lunges suck is if you don't mobilize that overhead position, can't get that dumbbell stacked over your hips like you need to, and it's pulling you forward. Got a bunch of extra tension on your shoulder that you don't want. Like, yeah, you have a break, but just do some extra mobility, make sure that dumbbell's in the right spot overhead, and it'll be even more negligible than it already is.
Yep.
Move fast in your handstand push-ups. You get a lot of people during open season that like to accentuate reps and create time under tension. If you got a judge that needs to do the weird shit that judges do, lay down on the ground and move their head side to side and all that shit, find a new one. Yeah,
find another one.
Get another judge, move fast, eliminate time under tension.
Top
prediction.
I'll say
this has got to be a male, probably
like 7:21. Some guy's just going to absolutely crush. Some short guy's going to hit the handstand push-ups in 2 sets, I think, and just go 7:21.
When did we finish stepping up? Like 4 minutes?
A little over 4. Yeah, like 4:15, 4:25, somewhere in that range.
6:59.
Woo!
Oh,
I think
sub 7.
Yeah,
huh?
I was thinking that.
There's someone that not only can they do it in whatever 2 or 3 sets, but they're so fast.
Like someone can just hit 40 or 50 strict.
Someone short with their hands out that wide, like a Dakota Rager or someone like that. Although in that scenario, a lot of times the step-ups are a little bit more challenging, just like mobility-wise and everything. That could add 30, 40 seconds there. But I think there's someone with the right mix.
Who's the reverse Austin
Logan Collins in this workout?
Exactly.
He could probably do 50
right
handstand
lengths of...
Right, yeah.
6:47.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
3:29.
I thought that I was taking the leap to go under everyone with 6:59.
Price is right.
Guys typically have that better ability to press in the shoulders, but actually there are lots of girls with insane capacity with short arms and strict handstand push-ups.
Yeah, we have one here.
We have one here, and she's unbelievable, and there's some that are even way crazier than her at this. Mm-hmm. So like
Carrie Pierce.
Yeah, I mean you could see a girl actually rival the best guy, especially with range of motion, stepping up in the box.
The difference is just going to be first versus 20th or first versus 100th, whatever it is.
Yeah.
The parity is going to be way off.
Yeah. They'll be just unbelievable outliers in this workout.
135-pound dumbbell.
Yeah, that's what I meant at Kara Webb one back in the day.
Is just so negligible.
Right. Yeah.
You might as well just do walking lunges.
Yeah. All right. You guys done?
That's it.
I'm done.
I got enough.
All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll be giving you some updates and hopefully some more tips on Saturday on our Instagram channel. Check it out. And we'll be back with you next week.
Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
See you.